Hello, right, let's get started. So this is a back care workout and we're just going to gently wake the back up, get the back moving, release any tension and work through the whole of the spine. So let's start with the very top of your spine. So just standing nice and tall, just take the head to one side and the other. Just turning it as far as is comfortable and just being aware of how one side feels compared to the other. One side feels a little easier, one side feels a bit restricted. Come back to centre, then take ear to shoulder. Same thing here. You may find it feels a little bit easier on one side than the other. As you take it over, think about lifting the top ear up to the ceiling and reaching the opposite arm down to the floor. Well done. Come back to centre. Just take the chin to the chest, look down to the feet and up to the ceiling. And again, might feel a bit stiff, a bit tight to begin with, but that's exactly why we're getting it moving. Looking up to the ceiling, back to me, little half circles, so just circling round the front of the neck and the other way. Oh, that feels lovely. Each time just taking that movement a little bit more if you can, just encouraging the movement and coming back. Well done. Let's just take some shoulder rolls and forwards and just bring in the elbows and forwards. Well done. Bring the arms into a position in front of you and just in line with the chest, one hand on top of the other. Fix the hips forwards and you're just going to turn from the waist. So just gently to begin with, keep the hips fixed. We're focusing the movement through the upper back. So as you go to the left, think about pulling that right hip back slightly. As you go to the right, think about pulling that left hip back slightly. You could continue to turn the head, work through the length of the spine. Just be aware that you're moving your spine when you're not just moving your arms, you're moving from the waist. Well done, come back to centre. So again, just working through the back. We're gradually making the movements bigger and bigger. We're taking a little side stretch, reaching down the side of the leg. You can bring up an opposite arm when you're ready, just to increase the stretch through the waist and get that back side bending. Go at a different pace to me if you want to. You can go a little bit slower if you wish, that's fine. Think about keeping a connection here through these abdominals because all that work's coming from your centre, to support your back as it's moving. Well done. Bring the hands, link the fingers together, take them above your head, and we're just going to take the arms, so you're going to trace like a circle with your hands on the ceiling. And as we do that, I'm going to bend your knees slightly, just take the pressure off your back, and you're just going to circle round and start to bring in the upper body, the upper back. So I'm sort of curving here, hunching over, drawing the shoulder blades apart, working around, opening the chest here. So just little circles. And then change direction. So opening the chest, curving the back. Well done. Do one more. Coming back to centre. Bring the shoulders down and away from the ears. And let's just build on each of these movements a little bit more now. So take the legs slightly wider apart. You're going to let the heels lift. And we're going to start to take that rotation lower down through the spine now. So, gentle swing. Just try and release the back. You're not holding it rigid. Looking towards the back of the room. Let the heels come with you, let the knees, let the hips. We're getting rotation more through the lower back now. And you may find a little bit of a spiral all the way up the spine if you're turning round to look behind you. Do one more. Well done. Okay, feet hip width apart again, and let's take it into that side stretch. Keep that tummy tight as you lift back up. So again, we can extend this. A little bit more. Taking that top arm over. Unfold and reach. Unfold, engage the centre, lifting back up out of the hips. So you're not collapsing through the spine, engage and lift. Take it a little bit further if you want to, reach over, scoop round, drop the chin to the chest, knees are soft, looking down to the feet, rolling up. Okay, so we're reaching up and over, scooping round, just the shoulders and the head and curling back up. Well done. And again. You should feel a lovely stretch through the side of the body, into the back as well. Just nice and gentle, controlled, but nice and fluid as well. Last one, well done. Okay, let's take it into our forward flexion. So we're going to do chin to chest. You're going to roll down. Now I want you to keep your knees soft, hands onto your thighs, and just go down gently, gently as far as is comfortable. About halfway we're going to stop, and you're going to lengthen the tailbone away, walk the eyes along the floor, lift the head up, just gently hollow the back out. Then tuck the tailbone under, round the back and curl back up, bringing the shoulders down. Okay, let's do that again. So chin to chest, curling down. Again, go slowly if you need to. If your back is feeling really fragile, just take it at a steady pace. Think about working from the tailbone through the length of the spine as you ripple along. Lifting the head, keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. Start from the tailbone, tucking under, rolling up through the spine. You want to articulate each vertebrae one at a time. Yes, so get rid of these sticky parts in the back. Chin to chest, rolling down, hands onto the knees, releasing through the back. When we've been sat for long periods of time, yeah, and there's the compression through the spine and the spine sticks. So we want to try and really work nice and slowly through those sticky parts. Rolling back up to standing. Well done. Breathe in. Breathe out, chin to chest. We're going to take it all the way to the floor now. So hands onto your thighs, keep the knees soft just to protect the back. You're going to roll down, just how you're comfortable. When you reach the floor, come down onto the floor for me, however is comfortable. And we're going to take it onto your back. So if you need to, lay onto your side first and then roll onto your back, see how your back feels. And we're just going to hug the knees into the chest. Squeeze the knees in, just curling up through the base of the spine. Yeah, so lifting the pelvis off as we squeeze the knees in. Little squeezes, just rounding that lower back, stretching through the lower back. Well done. Hold it in. If you're happy to, if that feels okay, lift the head and shoulders as well. Nice and tight ball. And release down. Well done. Okay. Bring yourself so your feet are flat, your knees are bent. Make sure you're in a neutral position for me. Check with your hand if you need to, so you're just up to the first knuckle in that neutral spine. Brace the abdominals. Walk the fingers down away from the shoulders, away from the ears. And then we're just going to take it into some gentle knee floats or knee folds. Just floating up one knee and then the other. And I want you to think about just keeping a really nice bracing here all round through the centre. Imagine that personal corset, yeah, that you've got, and it's tight, pulling in tight, supporting all the way around the lower back, all the way around through the centre, those deep abdominals. Keeping the pelvis as still as you can as you bring the knee up. Okay. You can stick here. If you want to, do a little opposite arm float with the knee. Your hand hasn't got to reach the floor. It can just go back as far as is comfortable. Now, if that's all you feel like you want to do, that's fine. If you want to just take this work a little bit further, we can take a knee lift, little leg extension. Again, you can just stop there. Or if your back feels okay, lengthen and lower. But I really want you to think about keeping the pelvis in the ribs in the same position as you lower to the floor, and then slide it back in. So the pelvis is staying in a neutral position. Single knee lift, leg extension. If it's too much for your back to lower, then don't do this bit. Otherwise you're lowering. Here, don't make sure the pelvis isn't tilting. You're not losing your neutral spine. Keep these abdominals braced and bring the leg in. So I really want you to think about your technique, your alignment, holding that position. So the back is not pulling away from the floor. Keep that connection. Even if you feel you need to tighten the tummy a little bit more as you lengthen and lower the leg. Then of course you can add in that opposite arm if you want to. Again, keep the collarbone, the rib cage soft. And we're going to exhale as you lengthen away. Inhale as you bring it back in. Nice and slow, controlled. Thinking about the movement. Well done. When you've finished, hug the knees into the chest again, do a few little knee hugs, and then bring yourselves round onto your side. We're going to take it into our shoulder clock. So you're going to be laying on your side, have something underneath your head if that's more comfortable for you. Bring your knees up as high as you can, underneath arm is coming onto that top leg. And then your top hand, so if you're laying on your right side mirroring me, then it's your left hand that's free. And you're going to trace a circle. And this is a lovely way to get some rotation in through the spine. Taking the circle all the way around behind you and back across the body. You're trying to trace that circle as big as you can, keeping the fingertips on the floor for as long as you can, all the way round and back across the body. Now this underneath hand, I want you to use to keep the knees fixed, nice and still, and feel that lovely rotation through the back as well as opening out through the chest and the shoulders, all the way around behind you. Exhale as you take it up. Inhale as it comes back across your body. Well done. Let's do two more. Keep the knees and hips fixed. Last one. Good job. Well done. Okay, just rolling back onto your back. Bring your feet in close to the tailbone. If you did have something underneath your head, just remove it for me now. And let's take it into our shoulder bridge. So we're starting with the tailbone. Tuck the tailbone under. Kiss the back into the mat. Then work the glutes, work the hamstrings. Peel the spine off, piece by piece. Try and articulate the vertebrae again. At the top, take a nice deep breath in, and you can add in a double arm float if you want to. If it's comfortable, leave the arms there. If not, bring them down, or don't add in the arms at all if you prefer not to. And then work through the spine, nice and slow, in order. Feel each vertebrae. Just lay back on the floor one at a time. Really focus on this, take your time. And bring the arms back down. So again, tuck under. There might be some parts of your back that want to lift all in one piece, or want to lay back down all in one piece. Really encourage the movement. Go slow, slow, slow. Really feel it. Focus on how that feels. Which parts feel particularly stiff, maybe a bit sore, a bit tight. Working through the spine. Control it all the way down, back to your neutral, and bringing the arms down. And again, exhale as you roll up. Keep making sure the knees are in line with the hips. You're working the glutes and hamstrings. Inhale at the top. Exhale. As you lengthen down. Piece by piece. Well done. Let's do one more. Exhale. Feel that getting easier each time you work through the back. Squeezing at the top. Exhale. A lovely lengthening. Traction here through the spine. Arms coming down at the end. Well done. Okay, now you're going to roll on to the other side. I'm going to get up and turn round. You can do either, but we're just going to take it into our shoulder clock on the other side. So lay yourself down, so this time you'll be on your left side, knees up high, underneath hand on that top leg. Something underneath your head if that's more comfortable for you. Top hand, your right hand tracing a circle. Now this might feel different on this side, especially to begin with. Might feel a bit stiffer, but just go with it. Encourage the movement, not forcing anything. The underneath hand is keeping the knees and the hips stacked. So we're just getting a really nice rotation through the back. Exhaling as you take it up. Inhaling as it comes back across the body. So you're trying to trace those fingertips on the floor for as long as you can. And again, feel how after you've done a few, it gets easier as you work with that movement. Opening up through the chest and the shoulder. This is such a lovely one. Just enjoy moving and getting that body moving. One more. Well done. Okay, we're going to come round onto our front. And what's really important when we're looking after our back is that we move it in all directions. And that includes extension as well, which is a movement we don't tend to do very much of during our everyday activities. So a really important one to rebalance our posture. Hands just comfortably near your shoulders. Draw the shoulder blades down and away from the ears. Lengthen the head. Now you're going to look up. You're going to look ahead of you. And then continue to peel the spine. Now, just be aware of how your back is feeling. If you just come a little way and it doesn't feel comfortable, that's fine. Yeah, it shouldn't be painful. Might feel stiff, might feel achy, a bit tired, but it shouldn't be painful. Okay, and then roll down. So again, we're going to lengthen up, lift the head, and you're just working through the spine to a position that is comfortable for you. You can take your arms straight if you want to, but don't feel you have to. Don't force anything. Shoulders down. We're just trying to work through, it's like the opposite of the roll down. Peeling the spine off, but into extension. If you're comfortable, you can look up more towards the ceiling. Get a nice stretch there through the anterior part of the spine and rolling down. Keep the lower body relaxed and lowering down. Okay, we're going to push on the hands, push back into a child's pose and just release the back off in the opposite direction. And again, it might take a while for the muscles to just then release off. Keep the elbows lifted, lengthen the tailbone down to the floor. And coming back down. Well done. Okay, we're going to take some rotation through the spine now and take it into what's called scorpion. Taking your right hand out onto the floor 180 degrees. Your left hand is bent. You're going to push, bring your left leg up. Stay looking at the floor and just bring your leg gently over as far as you can. If it touches the floor, fine, but that's not the aim. It's just to get some rotation here through the lower part of the back. Stay looking at the floor. Okay, so you're not stretching your shoulder. We're trying to get the rotation through the spine. So swap sides. Yep, so we're just looking at the floor. Otherwise, if you push too much, you'll get more of a stretch in your shoulder, which is fine, nothing wrong with that, but we're aiming to get some rotation through that lower back. So rotation and extension here a little bit. Rolling over. Keep swapping the arms. Looking down, just taking the leg behind you. Let's do one more each side. Coming back to laying down in front, and then let's take it into a back extension. And lower down. Push back into that child's pose. So we're trying to, as we warm up the back, it should be able to move from one position to the other a little bit easier. Take it down into your back extension. Again, if you need to work through this more slowly than I'm doing, that's fine. You work at your own pace. Let's do one more. So into the back extension. Just taking the back in one direction and then the other. Coming into your child's pose to finish. Well done. Bring yourselves up into a sitting position if that's comfortable for you. Sitting cross-legged, shoulders down away from the ears. Just take your left hand on the outside of your right leg, right hand behind, sit up tall, and just again gently take it into that spinal rotation. We're just sort of consolidating that movement that we've gained. And release and change sides. Sit up tall first, lengthen the spine, and then turn. You'll get better movement. And release. Well done. Chin to chest, rolling down. Now just go again as far as is comfortable. If you can, relax forwards. Just lengthen out through the spine. Feel that stretch through the glutes and the lower back. Walk your hands round away from your front leg. Come back to centre. Curl up. Well done. Just uncross, cross the legs the other way. Chin to chest. Rolling down. Relaxing over the legs. Walk the hands away from the front leg. And then back to centre. Curling back up. Bringing the shoulders down away from the ears. Reach over to one side. That should feel a lot easier now than it did at the beginning. And to the other side. And release. Lower hands, hands on the lower back. Draw the elbows together. Just open out through the front of the chest. Link the fingers together, chin to chest, round through the upper back. Draw the shoulder blades apart. Keep the fingers linked. Turn the palms away from you. Draw the shoulders back into the sockets. Lengthen the hands up to the ceiling. And release. Drop the head to one side. And the other side. Lift the head up. Chin to chest. Well done. Breathe in. And out. And again, breathe in and out. One more nice deep breath in. Hands down through the centre as you breathe out. Well done. Hopefully that has made your back feel a lot happier. Do it as many times as you want to, as you feel you need to. And that's it. That's you done. I will see you soon.